going to talk about returns. Returns is another shot for tennis players coming into pickleball that's very easy to get wrong, but also really easy to become great at. One of the biggest things that we have trouble with when we're coming into pickleball for the first time is we want that big backswing. It doesn't matter what you're hitting in pickleball. I want us to think about limiting that backswing and keeping it short. The same way as if you were driving or dropping, the first thing that you're going to do is always set your paddle. You're going to recognize when the person serves, is it a forehand or backhand? The minute I recognize that it's a forehand, I'm turning, so I set my paddle, I turn, and now I'm ready to hit. Just by moving my body, the backswing, if this is my ready position, I set for the forehand, just by slightly moving my body to a half semi-open, my paddle's back. Then when I step to hit, my paddle goes back more and I can drive through it. The power is always going to come from the legs and it's going to come from the shoulder. It doesn't come from the wrist. The big thing as we're hitting that return again is being able to hit 3 contact points, but driving with our follow through to our target. It's not about how hard you hit, but it's about being able to move through your shot. See, when you're hitting the return, you're always going to have the advantage. The advantage in pickleball is always with the receiver, as we know, because you can only win points in your serve. So the key for me is being able to hit an effective deep return and be able to get to the net as quickly as possible. So this is what I want you to see the difference. With a big backswing, it's going to look like this. I'm going to be set. I'll take a big backswing. It might look like a great forehand. It really was a great forehand. But it might look like it's great, but my finish is now here. So it doesn't matter how hard I hit it, my next shot going to the net will probably be at my feet. And as people serve harder, if people serve spin, any sort of big backswing is going to put you at a disadvantage. Now, if I have a short backswing and I use my legs, watch the difference of where I end up. I'm here, I push. Right before the ball bounces, I'm already 1 step away from the kitchen line. By doing that, I had the highest chance possible to be able to put away or hit an aggressive shot on the next ball. That's the key to hitting returns. It's setting, it's using your leg, your dominant leg, to push through it. My follow through is going out to where the ball is, and now I'm ready at the net. It's incredibly important. So I want you to watch it one more time. I set my paddle, I use my legs, and I push all the way out. And as that ball is in the air, I'm moving forward. It's 3 steps and I'm at the net. Now the biggest advantage for tennis players coming into pickleball is being able to hit that slice. A shot that Kyle Yates, former world #1, taught me that was incredible was also the slice forehand return. So I could take that same shot, open up that face, and I just push it back. There's less power, yes. My opponent is going to be able to hit an effective shot afterwards, but it's going to be harder for them to hit an effective shot because it gives me even more time to get to the net. So what you want to think about in pickleball, whether you're driving the return or slicing the forehand return, is how good is my opponent at hitting third shots. If they're great at hitting third shot drops, I'm going to want to slice it to give it more loft, to give me more time to get to the net. If they're not as good and they feel rushed because you're driving so well, well then I would drive it. But whenever you feel pressured, I would loft that forehand up. The real advantage though for tennis players is that backhand slice. And what I want you to think about is do it the same as tennis, where we're here, we're slightly turned, but again, it's off that non-dominant foot, and we're gonna push through it. So a slice in the backhand will look like this. If I'm here, I lock the wrist, I push that ball forward, and the real advantage to a slice backhand is not that it gives me more time to get to the net, it's that that ball stays lower. It stays lower and it skids, which makes it really hard for them to be able to keep the next ball low. So again, a slice, I'm holding that ball, I'm pushing it out. Notice my follow through again is not across my body. It's never across your body. Remember, pickleball, every shot is in a straight line. So if I'm here, my follow through is out, my non-dominant hand is up, and I'm moving through it. If you have a one-handed or two-handed backhand and you want to drive it, it's going to look similar, where I'm going to load. My backswing's not huge. It's just like if I'm going to hit a left-handed shot, I'm just setting, and then I'm pushing out to where my follow-through is, to where my target is. So it'll look like this. I'll be here, I'm going to step, I'm able to push that out, and I get to the net. The most important thing on the return is make that ball deep. Give yourself a chance to successfully move forward to hit an aggressive shot. 2 areas in pickleball where you don't want to make errors are the serve and the return. There's no excuse to ever make a dumb error on a serve or return. Put the ball in play, shorten the backswing, points are won and lost at the kitchen or the non-volley zone. Focus on that short backswing, always lock your wrist. You're hitting with the tip of the paddle, not the bottom of the paddle, and you're using your legs and shoulder to push yourself through that ball. Do that and you will have an effective return.